from News Channel 5, WPTV, West Palm Beach, Boca Raton, Vero Beach. This is News Channel 5 at 6.
It was a terrible tragedy at sea that claimed the lives of more than 30 Haitian refugees. Today, the community came together to say goodbye.
It's a dangerous combination that troopers see all too often, driving and talking on your cell phone. We'll have a live report.
And it's official. Florida Republican Senator Connie Mack has announced he is retiring. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jim Brosemer.
And I'm Tania Rogers. We begin tonight with a final farewell. The Haitian American community is coming together today to remember the victims of what's being called the worst smuggling disaster in Florida history. A
memorial mass was held in their honor this afternoon at Our Lady of Perpetual Help Mission in Delray Beach. News Channel 5's Cindi Dohan was there. She joins us now live with more on how the Haitian community is remembering the victims. Cindy?
Jim and Tania, the exact number of victims from last week's horrible drowning still remains a mystery. We are actually hearing anywhere from 18 to 40 people died in that tragedy. And today, though, many who knew those victims are coming together to remember them. Hundreds came to a tearful memorial to remember the dozens of Haitian refugees whose lives came to an end as they went searching for a new beginning.
The cry of thousands of young people in search of a better life.
I've come in here because the one she's dead is my cousin.
Tomorrow, Limen Paul is traveling to the very country his cousin was trying to leave.
Like tomorrow, we have to go to Haiti, see his mommy, see his daddy. He got 2 kids. We have to go over there to see those people. So that's make me really sad.
His sadness is something echoed throughout the Mass.
Yeah, I come here because I had my family dead in the accident, but
that's really hard. It's really, really, really hard. But I know it's not easy, but I try to be here anyway. And then I saw his body, and that makes me sad.
The investigation into exactly what happened when those boats went down last week is still underway. Right now, the Coast Guard is actually reviewing why a passing boat did not alert them to this tragedy until an hour after they were spotted. Reporting live in Delray Beach, Cindi Dohan, News Channel 5.
A DUI crackdown in suburban West Palm Beach netted several suspects. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department held a 4-hour checkpoint last night near the 4800 block of Okeechobee Boulevard. The Sheriff's Office says the purpose of the checkpoint is to increase the public's awareness about what happens when you drive drunk. At least one woman who was arrested for driving under the influence seemed to get the message loud and clear.
Well, I had a drink or two. Shouldn't be driving. Don't drive tonight. I have a daughter that's 18 having a baby, though. Don't drink and drive. It's not right.
More than 15 people were arrested for DUI last night. At least 2 people were also arrested for drug possession.
Country singer George Jones remains hospitalized after losing control of his vehicle last weekend. Police reports indicate Jones was on a cell phone at the time of the accident. With cell phone use on the rise, a study by the New England Journal of Medicine reveals some startling numbers about cell phone accidents. News Channel 5's Jamie Holmes joins us now live from West Palm Beach with more. Jamie?
Jim, according to the New England Journal of Medicine, a driver on a cell phone is 4 times more likely to be in an accident than anybody else on the road. That's just one of a number of startling statistics that are popping up that show another side to mobile communication. Country singer George Jones lost control of his sport utility vehicle last weekend while he was on his cell phone to his stepdaughter. Jones is just part of a growing number of Americans who are learning the hard way how difficult it is to dial and drive.
A lot of it is erratic driving. People start to slow down in the faster lanes on I-95, which means they're paying more attention to the conversation on the phone than they are to their driving habits.
Amazingly enough, drivers may be so distracted while they're on a cell phone that the New England Journal of Medicine compares it to driving while having a .10 blood alcohol level. That's over the legal limit. Despite this, there are no specific charges for driving with a cell phone if you're involved in an accident.
You'd be cited for careless driving, and the officer would show on the report that a cell phone was in use.
That's the same penalty if you were doing anything which distracts you from the road. The New England Journal of Medicine also revealed that braking time increases by about 50% while you're on a cell phone. The report also states it takes almost 2 seconds to pick up a cell phone. That compares to only about 1.5 seconds to change your radio station. Now, some of the only good news released in this report was that drivers can use a cell phone if they are involved in an accident. Another piece of advice for you, it's important to have your important phone numbers on a speed dial function on your phone so you aren't fiddling around with the numbers while you're on the road. Live in West Palm Beach, I'm Jamie Holmes, News Channel 5.
The search is on for suspects in an early morning fight that turned deadly. One man was shot to death, another rushed to the hospital with stab wounds. It happened around 2 this morning outside a Guatemalan club on Lake Worth Road. Police say 31-year-old Roberto Pera Arenas from Green Acres died. His friend was taken to Delray Medical Center where he underwent surgery. The motive for the attack is still unclear.
Residents of Palm Beach County who suffered property damage during the January floods have until Monday to submit their disaster loan applications. Applications to the Small Business Administration can be obtained by calling the SBA helpline at 1-800-359-2227. The telecommunications device for the deaf and speech impaired is area code 404-347-3751. Again, Monday is the deadline, so call early because those lines will not be in service until 9 o'clock Monday morning.
Vice President Al Gore announced yesterday the release of $25 million in federal aid to rid the state of citrus canker. The deadly plant disease is threatening much of Florida agriculture. Gore says citrus canker can kill up to 250 kinds of fruit trees. The U.S. Department of Agriculture estimates lost sales to Florida's citrus industry in the current canker outbreak could reach $200 million. Gore was campaigning in South Florida. Well, now it's official. Republican Connie Mack will not seek a third term in the United States Senate.
He will, however, finish his second term, which expires in the year 2000. Mack's announcement came before about 150 of his supporters this morning at Fort Myers. Damien Rodriguez has the report.
To the roar of applause from friends and supporters, Senator Connie Mack steps up to the podium. With family members behind him, the term limit advocate announces his political run is coming to an end.
And it's with that spirit of our founding fathers that I announce today that I will not be seeking re-election as your United States Senator.
Mack thanked supporters for standing by him during his campaigns, as well as the battles with cancer both he and his wife Priscilla fought over the years.
You have never left us. You have always been there, and we will truly never forget. Thank you very much.
Mack's retirement opens up a Senate post voters overwhelmingly re-elected him to back in 1994. But party leaders say they're not worried about it going to the Democrats.
We are going to have candidates that are going to seek this office. They are going to be qualified candidates, and I'm convinced that we are going to hold on to this seat come November 2000.
One likely candidate is former state senator Charlie Crist, who was among the crowd in Fort Myers today.
What I want for today is for us to honor my mentor, Connie Mack. This is his moment, this is his day, and others' futures can be planned later.
As for Connie Mack's future,
I'm not seeking any other office. It is time for me to move on to another phase of life, and we'll see what that is.
Damien Rodriguez, News Channel 5.
Actually, Mack's retirement from the Senate has set off a scramble among at least 10 state politicians who want to fill his seat, including local Congressman Mark Foley and Robert Wexler.
The boat show is in town, and of course that means several road closures in the upcoming weeks. Beginning today through March 21st, the northbound lanes of Flagler Drive between Fern Street and Banyan Boulevard will be closed. The southbound lanes of Flagler will be used for two-way traffic. Then on Sunday, March 21st through April 2nd, the north and southbound lanes of Flagler Drive between Fern and Banyan will be closed. Traffic will be diverted to Olive Avenue or Dixie Highway. And if you've got that, you've got a good memory.
That's right. Hold on to the thought. Still ahead has been the target of an anthrax scare. Now a North Carolina abortion clinic recovers from a bomb blast. That story straight ahead.
Plus, it's usually known for tornadoes, but now the state of Kansas is busy shoveling snow. The chilly details next.
for Grand Marquis, Sable, Villager, and Mountaineer. Featuring the 5-star All-Stars, winners of the government's highest crash test rating. Grand Marquis with $1,000 customer cash, or a special one-time lease payment of only $97.99. Or Mercury Sable, now with $500 cash back. Plus, there's great deals on Mountaineer and Villager. It's Markdown Madness at your Mercury dealer. See your dealer today and imagine yourself in a Mercury.
Problem?
Doctor said my cholesterol is still too high.
What about diet and exercise?
They didn't do enough.
So?
He suggested adding Lipitor.
Lipitor, the #1 prescribed medication for lowering cholesterol. In clinical studies, Lipitor with diet was proven to lower bad cholesterol 39 to 60%, total cholesterol 29 to 45%, triglycerides 19 to 37%.
He said over 4 million people have started taking Lipitor to lower their cholesterol.
Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease or possible liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant.
There'll be blood tests to check for liver problems.
Tell your doctor about muscle pain or weakness, as these may be signs of serious side effects.
You take Lipitor once a day.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for more information on Lipitor and call 1-888-LIPITOR.
Well?
Lipitor did it. My cholesterol's way down.
Lipitor, the lower numbers you're looking for.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those prices rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Roll back. Roll them back, move them out, move them out. Roll them back, roll them back, move them out. Roll back.
New rolling back prices all over the store. Just look for Smiley to save even more. Walmart.
Move them out, roll back.
Always low prices.
Yeah!
Always.
In Italy, people know light wines go best with food.
Ah, San Giuseppe.
Well, now those light wines can be enjoyed here, too. The brand?
Ah, San Giuseppe.
That's right. San Giuseppe light northern Italian-style wines. For a tasty red wine, San Giuseppe Merlot. 100% Merlot grapes, smooth and full of flavor. For white wine, it's San Giuseppe Pinot Grigio, light and refreshing. San Giuseppe, look for the lily on the label.
Closed captioning for News Channel 5 is brought to you by the new Roll-Up Shades and Shutter Company.
Kosovo peace talks are set to resume in France even as the violence continues.
3 bombs exploded in 2 government-controlled cities today, killing at least 6 people and wounding more than 60. Government forces also reportedly torched more than 25 ethnic Albanian homes and villages in northwestern Kosovo. That was in retaliation for the killing of 2 Serb civilians last week.
A bomb blast caused quite a scare at a North Carolina abortion clinic this morning. It happened outside the FemCare clinic in Asheville, just moments before it was scheduled to open. Bomb experts said the large explosive device only partially detonated. There was no structural damage or injuries. This is the same clinic that received several anthrax scares just last month.
Well, a Swiss psychiatrist and a British pilot who are attempting to become the first to pilot a balloon around the world have passed the halfway point. Things are looking good for 41-year-old Bertrand Piccard and 51-year-old Brian Jones. Mission officials said the 2 passed the halfway mark somewhere over the Pacific Ocean between Japan and Hawaii. They hope to catch the jet stream as they approach Hawaii and sweep across to Mexico and the Caribbean next weekend. They have been flying nonstop from Switzerland since March 1st.
Another reason to live here, a major winter snowstorm has wreaked havoc in much of Kansas and is headed for the East Coast. Some 300 people had to spend the night in shelters after their main interstate was shut down. And the snow's not over yet. Residents of northwest Kansas are gearing up. Mother Nature is expected to dump as much as 2 feet of the white stuff overnight and tomorrow.
Well, there's only a week left of winter, and the severe spring-like storms are already beginning to hit parts of central Texas. Severe rain, thunderstorms, and even some snow and ice hit central Texas yesterday. The Panhandle got most of the severe weather, while the rest of the state received some much-needed rain. In some areas, it looked more like an early Easter egg hunt when golf ball-sized hail fell on the ground. The weather is expected, though, to improve by tomorrow. Well, we have certainly been blessed here in Florida. The weather has been great.
But some much-needed rain is in the forecast. Rob's up next with his first warning forecast to tell us when.
Dateline
on Sunday. This woman lost her family in the horror of Auschwitz, but miraculously she survived. Now she comes face to face with one of the Nazis who took her sister's life. Dateline Sunday.
Well, there was one year where I almost lost the entire backyard to crabgrass, and I vowed that would never happen again. The following year, I did use turf builder plus Holmes. It not only got rid of the crabgrass, but it also greened up the lawn and thickened it. I used the cheaper brands, but I didn't have the color that I wanted, and I did have the weeds. Look how thick it is. Look at the color of it. There are no weeds. I take the credit instead of Scott's. I call it Louis Lawn. I'm very proud of the results that I get from Scott's. And there will be no crabgrass.
I'll just say it. There's no better place to buy furniture than Rooms To Go, because they've done the hard part for you. They've created room packages, instant decorating. You never worry about price. It's always lower. And listen to this. If I buy right now, I put no money down, make no payments, and pay no interest until August 2000. Not this August, August 2000. And no interest adds up like at some other stores. Rooms To Go pays it for you. Who can compete with that?
There's this thing going around called sniffing. You think you're getting high, but the dizzy, fuzzy feeling is just what happens when your brain doesn't get oxygen. The chemicals get in the way. So it's like you're not breathing. That's how sniffing causes brain damage and death. So when you think you're sniffing, your brain thinks you're drowning. And your brain is pretty much right.
Still to come, your exclusive first warning forecast.
One couple is planning an addition to their home, the other an addition to their family. One has perfect credit, the other doesn't. Yet they both want an easy yes for the money they need. Even if you need a dream trip, call 1-800-EASY-YES. Don't be afraid of juggling finances for that home addition. Now you can afford that bundle of joy. And you won't have to hunt through the mortgage jungle. Call 1-800-EASY-YES now for a free, no-obligation inspection of your home.
Just a gorgeous afternoon. Things are going to change for us.
That's right.
And for the better, believe it or not.
We need the rain. We've been dry. We're about an inch and a half below normal for the month, and we'll get some tomorrow, maybe an inch or two out of it tomorrow. But did you notice the tie?
The tie is a great thing because you have the United States.
It's a Nicole Miller, and it's a weather tie. Has a jet stream, El Nino, cold fronts. One of my neighbors left this on my door the other day.
Really?
As a gift.
How nice.
It's a here's compliments to you. And
You
he
know
gave
what
me this
that
weather
was?
tie.
That's bribery for you to make it rain.
Well, you know, I've gotten a lot of phone calls about that, seriously.
Yeah,
about letting
people
it
are
rain.
concerned.
And it will rain. We've had some brush fires, a few of them the past week or so because it's been so dry. But rain on the way, much needed rain tomorrow. But first for tonight, it'll stay dry. I'd like to say hello to a couple of schools I visited this week. I went to West Palm Beach and Boca this week. The South Olive Elementary in West Palm Beach, the third grade. Like to say a big hello. I had a wonderful time there. I hope you did. And also the Alexander D. Henderson University in Boca Raton, the fourth grade class. A big hello. Wonderful students. We learned a lot. And tonight, the 11 o'clock weather question is something that I talked about this week to those students, a new weather fact. Tonight at 11, I'll have that question for you. It's very interesting. Stay tuned for it. Don Oaks, Spanish Lakes Fairways today made it to 75. Ray Stop, Port St. Lucie up to 79. Same story, Henry Cruz, Palm City, 58. Nice and chilly this morning to 79. And Francis Mullane, Jupiter Farm, 60 to 76. Sam Hunt, Palm Beach Gardens today said we need some rain. We're getting it in the next 24 to 36 hours. A daytime high today of 80. Paul Rangel, West Palm, 59 to 78. Betty Pierce up to 82. The warm spot, Enum Fox, West Boca, made it to 80, woke up at a chilly 58. All right, let's check out the high five now. Bell South high five shows some clouds working, and that's the story this evening, increasing clouds right now. The temperature sitting generally in the low 70s throughout the viewing area. 74 at West Palm, 72 now Port St. Lucie. 29.97, barometer holding steady, humidity 66, southeast breeze now at 13, and that wind will increase later tonight through today, tomorrow. Storm system now in northern Louisiana. This will be working east. See the yellows and reds here. Alabama down through the panhandle of Florida, where there's a tornado watch in effect, by the way. These storms heading east, and some of those will be arriving here tomorrow in our backyard. Big snowstorm possibility. New York City tomorrow night and Monday could get 6 to 10 inches of snow in the next 48 hours. Wow. Dallas now 43, kind of chilly, 40 for St. Louis, 35. Detroit 39. At Boston, 74 at Miami. Here's the jet, here's the dip. The dip swings east, this U shape. When the U-shape arrives here, that's when we get our thunderstorms, the clash between the warm air and the cold air to the northwest. 76 Key West, Miami 74, West Palm 74, and Vero now at 73. Any rain? Here they are now. Thunderstorms, the western panhandle of Florida with a tornado watch for Escambia, Okaloosa, and Santa Rosa counties. And these storms will be swinging east now through the day tomorrow. Will they be severe? Well, the severe threat mainly stays north of Lake Okeechobee. Good news for us in South Florida. Here's the storms now. The clouds as well be increasing tonight, and tomorrow looks to be showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Cold front will swing through tomorrow night. Following that, better weather on Monday, early clouds, then sun, snowstorm for the mid-Atlantic and the northeast. Boating forecast for tomorrow, south-southeast winds 15 to 25, seas up to 6 feet. Inland waters will be choppy. Tonight, mid-60s to near 70. Here come the clouds, a late shower threat, winds increase. Tomorrow, late day showers and thunderstorms, low 80s, warm and windy. 5-day forecast. Again, tomorrow we have the rain, and then Monday gets better. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday look to be very nice at this point. And just the next 24 to 48 hours it gets wet. The good news with the drought, or the dry weather we've been having, not a lot of lightning, because the lightning sparks the forest fires.
That's right.
It's been quiet. Good. Tomorrow with the lightning comes some heavy rain, so at least it'll dampen the ground quite a bit.
Great. Thanks, Rob. Sounds good.
Well, the Florida Gators are gearing up for their next opponent.
Derrol Nail is up next with sports highlights when News Channel 5 at 6 comes right back.
Bears has spectacular news for the end of the season sale. Now buy one Stanley at retail price and get a second Stanley item for only $1. Plus, register at any of Bears' 10 locations to win 2 fabulous orchestra seats at the Broward Center for the Performing Arts, for theater, opera, a concert, or family event. Plus, at Bears, there's no down payment and no interest for 6 months for a better lifestyle. Where? Bears.
This time of year, the best spot around for catching great seafood is Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Because right now, Bud's is holding their annual Seafood Festival. It's a celebration of seafood, fish, shrimp, scallops, clams, with additional entrees added just for the festival. And you can't beat the prices. Bud's Alaskan cod filet dinner, for example, is just $5.99. And it comes with fries, homemade coleslaw, and corn fritters. So if you're looking to dive into some great seafood, there's only one place to be, Bud's.
We're sisters. Super Center. It's the best place to be. Walmart Super Center is the best place to shop if you want to get everything. They have fresh produce, fresh meat. Those look good. The Best blueberry muffin. Clothes. Pizza. CDs. You can't do that anywhere else. You can only do it at the Super Center. And I know I can find the low prices here. My husband does call me the Walmart queen. He opens up the checkbook and there's Walmart, 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 Walmart. Every single entry. It is true. I can come here, get everything I need, and then get back home to my family. It's one-stop shopping, and you're finished. We love it.
Here's my idea. Make my boys the Best Buy boys because they've grown up on Best Buy. When he wakes up, it's, do I get computer time? It's amazing what they're learning. They're glued to the computer. They love to watch themselves on TV. They just are fascinated by anything that has a button on it or a dial. Technology is really a part of our daily lives.
Bringing technology home, one family at a time. Best Buy.
Now that's a great idea.
Well, besides Cinderella stories and fairy tale endings, the NCAA tourney has also provided some unique matchups. For instance, 6-seeded Indiana hooking up with number 3 St. John's out of New York City in Orlando this afternoon. It all started well enough for Indiana. Early in the first, Luke Recker smashes down the three-pointer. Hoosiers up by 6. But the lowdown on this game was passing. They came back, St. John's. Good work on the interior. Bootsy Thornton feeds LeVar Postal for the jam. The final score, 86-61. The Red Storm will advance into the Sweet 16. Once there, they will face the Maryland Terrapins. Victorious today over Creighton Blue Jays. Top-seeded UConn advances as well. And right now, Oklahoma State is behind Auburn by 7 points late in the second half. And Gonzaga with a surprising lead over the Stanford Cardinals. The Miami Hurricanes will spend little time basking in their first ever NCAA tournament win last night. But we can. The second-seeded Canes were simply unstoppable in their first ever NCAA tournament win. Johnny Hemsley was stone-cold deadly from the 3 curve at one point, ripping off 5 straight trays, a feat, of course, Johnny H. graciously admits he couldn't have achieved without the ball.
Hemsley wants another.
Really focus on my shot, and like I said, my teammates did a great job of getting me the ball in the right positions, and I was just fortunate for my shots to go down tonight.
the fact that the University of Miami has never won a game in the NCAA tournament is significant, and it's another one of those milestones that we seem to be stepping over. And it appears that everything we do is something that has never happened before at the University of Miami.
And the Canes go for more history tomorrow when they try to win a second-round game. 10th-seeded Purdue stands in their way. Well, the Florida Gators will face its round 2 opponent in less than an hour, but if they hope to advance in the big dance, they will first need to stop the show. His name is Harold Arceneaux, and he is the show for Weber State. He single-handedly knocked the North Carolina Tar Heels from the tournament, but Gator head coach Billy Donovan says the show is just one big part, or one small part, of a really big Wildcat party.
Arceneaux's certainly getting a lot of publicity because of scoring 36 points against Carolina, being the player of the year. But you look at Gill and Jensen and Jackson and the other players on their team, okay? It's not a one-man show. They've got other very, very good players on their team.
The Gators try to ruin the show, and the Weebs tip-off is set for 7:10 tonight. And much later tonight, an even bigger show takes center stage in the world of heavyweight boxing. It is the much-anticipated bout between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. The talk has been substantial. Holyfield saying he's going to knock out Lewis in the 3rd round. Lewis and his manager retorting Holyfield is an over-the-hill champion guilty of hanging on too long. Ouch. We will tell you if they kiss and make up tonight at 11. And if loud engines excite you more than loud mouths, well, then you should check out the Pepsi Chevy show at the Moroso Motorsports Park tonight. There'll be pro stock trucks, jet funny cars, and everything Chevy will be some of the features. They'll even have a swap meet where you can bring your car and just swap it with someone else just to get a little change. And a little change of pace, and then even later tonight.
Take my car, please.
Yeah, take it on down there and swap it out.
That sounds good. I have been to one of those races. That is so much fun. But when you're standing right behind where a jet truck takes off, it's not much fun because you just smell like fuel.
Fuel and the rubber that falls down.
Right, exactly. Kind of a dangerous place, but still exciting.
Thanks, Derrol.
Thank you.
Still ahead, we've all heard horror stories. Maybe we can tell a few ourselves about bad roommates.
But this one takes the cake. We'll tell you about one daring man living in cramped quarters with some deadly snakes. That's next.
Seems like everyone is getting ready for Toyota's National Spring Sales Event. Get ready for big-time savings you can't find anywhere else. Get ready for a new Toyota Tacoma and save up to $3,250. Big savings in one powerful Toyota pickup. Toyota's National Spring Sales Event is for a limited time only, so come on, see your Toyota dealer now. Get ready to be impressed.
Problem?
The doctor says my cholesterol's still too high.
What about diet and exercise?
They didn't do enough.
So?
He suggested adding Lipitor.
Lipitor, the #1 prescribed medication for lowering cholesterol. In clinical studies, Lipitor with diet was proven to lower bad cholesterol 39 to 60%, total cholesterol 29 to 45%, triglycerides 19 to 37%.
He said over 4 million people have started taking Lipitor to lower their cholesterol.
Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease or possible liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant.
There'll be blood tests to check for liver problems.
Tell your doctor about muscle pain or weakness, as these may be signs of serious side effects.
You take Lipitor once a day.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for more information on Lipitor and call 1-888-LIPITOR.
Well?
Lipitor did it. My cholesterol's way down.
Lipitor, the lower numbers you're looking for.
A creation cast out of luxury. The 1999 Lincoln Continental. Molded to fit perfectly into your budget. Only $4.99 a month. Plus, right now, we'll waive your first month's payment as well as your security deposit. Lincoln Continental. Only $4.99 a month with first month's payment and security deposit waived. Form a new opinion about what you deserve. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
Some people do just about anything to get their name into the record books.
Yep, even put their own life in jeopardy. A former Malaysian zookeeper has set a world record for living with deadly poisonous snakes. The 51-year-old locked himself inside of a tiny air-conditioned cubicle for 35 straight days with 250 ornery snakes. He wanted to break a world record held by his son-in-law, whoa, what a family, who lived with 150 cobras for 27 days. Not only did he break the record, he also walked away with a nice medal and a certificate for his efforts. And no snake bites, by the way.
Well, that's a miracle. I would never do that.
I don't like to be in the same county with a snake.
Well, that wraps up News Channel 5 at 6. Thanks for making News Channel 5 your choice for news.
NBC Nightly News is up next. We'll see you back here at 11 for your late news. Enjoy your evening.
Violence, not peace, in Kosovo province as the deadline for a diplomatic settlement approaches. Will the peace process itself be killed off? The stormy late winter weather being felt in much of the country, snow stranded hundreds overnight. The Justice Department's new plan to reduce excessive force complaints against local police. And the plea which could finally cause Texas to get tougher on the issue of drunk driving.
My whole life was like destroyed because this one guy decided to drink.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams. Substituting tonight is Sarah James.
Good evening. Even as negotiators from Kosovo arrived in Paris to talk peace, their homeland was racked by more violence, even death today.